Well, hey guys, Big A coming to you live from the station Camp Greenway. Robin and I just got off of a one-week cruise in the Caribbean celebrating our 38th wedding anniversary. So I was offline completely for about 10 days, but I'm fired up. I'm ready to get going this morning. I hope you guys are ready to go as well. Well, listen, my routine doesn't change even though I'm on vacation. I get up early every morning. I spend the first couple of hours reading. And you're like, Big A, you need to be sleeping in. Well, maybe that's good for you, but for me, I love to get up, keep the same routine. And while we were on the cruise ship, I would get up every morning between 4 and 5. I would go up on the top deck and I would read, have my coffee, enjoy my quiet time, and spend a couple of hours reading and studying. And I started thinking about that on the way home. And I thought, you know, that's a lot of reading. And I remember back 25 years ago when I met Dave Ramsey and I joined his mastermind group shortly thereafter. I went in and was really enjoying the Eagles group and loved the camaraderie and loved to get together with the guys and hung out. But one day I called Dave aside and I said, hey man, I want to talk to you after the meeting. So we went in, sat down in his office, and I said, I don't like to read. I said, I haven't probably read a couple of books since I graduated from high school. And I was, you know, like I said, in my mid-30s and later on, maybe close to 40. And Dave said, well, I've got something to say about that. And I said, well, what is it? He said, get over it. He said, I don't care if you like to read or if you don't like to read. Well, that's in Dave Ramsey fashion right there. And I love it. That's why I love that guy. He just tells you how it is. So he forced me to start reading these books. Well, I want to tell you something. It was the best personal development and professional development tool that I have ever implemented in my entire career was reading. Guys, you don't just wake up smarter tomorrow. And I want you to take a personal assessment yourself and say, is reading a luxury or is it a requirement? I used to think it was a luxury, but now I think it's a requirement. Things change so rapidly today that we need to stay on top of and in touch of what's going on so that we can sharpen our axe on a regular basis so that we can go out and do life both personally and professionally. While I was gone on the trip, I read a few books. Matter of fact, I read 3 books while I was gone. John Warlow is a great author, and he wrote The Automatic Customer. We're taking our entire mastermind group through it the month of July, and I went ahead and read the book, and it was just outstanding. It teaches you to have a monthly recurring revenue in your business, and he teaches you how to do that regardless of what your business is. He wrote another great book called Built to Sell, which is another amazing book. And I want to encourage you to get that one as well. I don't get anything for recommending these books except to help you take your life to the next level. He teaches you how to build your business to sell it if that is your choice. Another great book that I read this week is called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Peter Lencioni was the author of the book. And in this book, he talks about how dysfunctional many teams are. And he tells us the practices that we need to do in order to have a great team. One of the things that he talks about that I really like is the absence of trust. He said, if you don't have a team that trusts each other, right out of the gate, you don't have a solid foundation. And I want to encourage you guys to think about the level of trust that you have in your organization and in your team. He also talks about fear of conflict. He said that many of us are afraid of conflict, but he points out in the book that conflict, quite honestly, is very helpful. It's a good thing, and we need that because we're being honest with each other. There's no way a team can agree on everything, and he really addresses the fear of conflict in a great way. He also talks about the lack of commitment. There are many team members that don't have a sense of commitment that they should to take the team forward, and he really addresses having commitment in there also. He talks about the avoidance of accountability, something that I am very passionate about, having accountability in my life. And I want to encourage you guys to think about on your team, are you avoiding conflict? And the last thing that he talks about is inattention to results. And what that means is that many of us are sticking our head in the sand. We're not really paying attention to the things that we need to, the data, the analytics that we are available to us, and we are really neglecting paying attention to all the results. And I want to encourage you today, are you doing those things? So listen, go get some good books. Get John Warlow's Built to Sell, get his book on The Automatic Customer, or get this book that I'm talking about, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Peter Lencioni. Well, guys, listen, I think that it's not a luxury. I think that it's a requirement for us to get better both personally and professionally. And I want to encourage you today, don't wait till you're in your 30s like I did to start reading. And even if you don't like it in the Dave Ramsey style, as he says, get over it. You've got to start reading in order to be better, to grow. And that's what we want to do now. I want you guys to do the same. I want you to go out there today, get some great books. You can go to my website, View from the Top. There's a lot of books that we recommend. I'm going to get in trouble for saying what I'm about to say because it's going to cause us a lot of work. But if you want a list of books, I'll be happy to put together a list of books. We've probably read hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of books over the past 25 or 30 years now. And I'll be happy to give you that list as well to show you some things that we've read. Hopefully it will help you and take your life to the next level, both personally and professionally. Well, I got to get back to walking. I'm Big A, coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. Have a great day, and we'll see you.